Hi there everyone, and welcome to today's Squeezebox Advent Calendar on today, 21st of December, the shortest day of the year. It's all up from here, yeah, it's all on the way up. And you know, you wait for some things, like buses, for ages, and then two turn up at once. Well, yesterday we had our first instrument in the key of E and A, and while I was rummaging around looking for boxes to show you on this, I found this one. And to be honest with you, I've forgotten I'd had it. No, it's not the Pokerwork that you saw earlier on in the series in the key of F, B flat. This is also in the key of E and A. And yeah, we're going to have double E, A boxes. Sorry for those of you out there who don't want to be tempted by instruments in unusual keys. But this one's also for sale because I'd forgotten I had it. It's the EA box I played in Bellowhead before I had the Erika that I did yesterday. So, yeah. Well, there's not much I can tell you about it apart from its history with me and to describe its condition to you, really. I picked up this box, I can't remember where I picked it up from, second hand. It wasn't very expensive. But the bonus to me was that it had been turned into this unusual tuning, and of course E and A is not one you often find in English box shops. It's not in 100% great condition. I mean, it's in good, it plays, but there are some things about it which means that when I'll try and think of a price to tell you when I play a tune on it. But it's got certain things have been mucked about with, like the things that hold this grill on, just a random assortment of general hardware. I think this is just it's not the normal hook that you get on there. The reeds on the right hand side, it hasn't had reeds retuned from DG. They are actually I think machine made Italian reeds, probably Cagnones, and so yeah, it has a slightly different sound to a regular Hohner. What else is there? It's got holes where my magnets used to be. Which I'm sure can easily be bunged up with a bit of PVA glue on the inside. I might do that while I'm in there, actually. So yes, it's a Pokerwork. These bellows, I don't think are Pokerwork bellows, or they've been, yeah, they are Pokerwork bellows, but they've been re-taped completely with Italian bellows tape. So it's, you know, it's seen a bit of life. It's had its thumb strap cut off, so it's no good for anyone that wants a thumb strap. But it is a box, a functional box in E and A, and we'll go and have a look inside and see what's been done to it. Right then, well, as it's for sale, I suppose I should probably show you exactly what the state of this Hohner Pokerwork is. So the first thing is we've got the grill held on, not using the standard hooks, but this is just some a little cup hook here that's been added in, and the grill doesn't actually slot over the hole's not big enough to go over the screw head, so you have to actually take that one out. And this one is a completely different affair. So that's been modded at different times, but then you can get your grill off here, and there's a bit of a hole in the grill cloth there. That's pretty typical for a Pokerwork of this era, German made one. And then there's this little piece of felt covered wood which has been screwed onto the soundboard, which is quite unusual, but it's been put there to limit the button travel slightly, so you can't fully open it, and it has an added bonus of reinforcing where the grill goes down here. So actually that means that you get a nice flat flush feeling. Normally at the bottom they can get bent inwards, so yeah, it doesn't block the travel too much, but your fingers don't go all the way down the holes on these ones. Okay, so that's under the grill. So we've got a missing thumb strap here, but with the remnants of it still riveted to the bottom of the plastic fingerboard. So no thumb strap for you. Okay, we'll go inside and see what the state of the reed blocks are. So, well, the first thing to note is that the bellows gasket here is bright green, and it looks like it's been yeah, it's not the standard black stuff, but it's doing its job of holding the bellows closed. And it also means that if you've got another Pokerwork in your life, you can identify it by the sort of green trim poking out the edge of the bellows. You see there's some gubbins going on there on the on the left hand reed blocks. We'll have a look at that in a minute. I fear that's my work. And here we are inside the right hand side. We'll take a reed block off and have a look. Note that this is different to the Erika yesterday, which has those hooks. This is when they started using a screwed in way of doing that now. There's a little piece of metal just holding the reed blocks apart there. And for the main part, these are indeed Italian reeds, machine made reeds. I do think they're Cagnonis looking at them, but they're not a very expensive brand of Italian reed. Apart from this one here, which is a Hona reed on both sides. And then on one of the accidental buttons, no reed. I don't think that's something I did when I was playing it, but I have to admit I can't remember. But yes, so we have no reed in the accidental position on the inside row. So I mean, you can think of that as a blank canvas. You can put any reed you want in there and have any note. If you've got the reed. And it clearly was a DG to start with by the printing on the reed blocks, but they've been some biro is now telling you they're now in A&E. Not accident and emergency. So let's have the left hand side off these bellows and have a look at that tape. Okay, this one's got the tape on. The tape is there to take the thirds out. So when you want to tape off thirds on a Hona set of reeds, the problem you often find is that the reeds that you're using have the third of a chord in one direction, but then the first or the fifth on the other. In an instrument that's been deliberately made to have the thirds taken out, you'll have one row of reeds which only has the thirds on, but in the Hona they were never designed to be taken out like that. But the interesting thing about this is my own little bit of history with it is that tape says Melkweg, which is a nightclub in Amsterdam, and Bellowhead have played there a couple of times, and I presume when I decided to do this was when I was backstage at the Melkweg, because they got their own branded tape. So I'll actually carefully take that off now. No, I won't. I'll leave it on. So I'll tell you, if anyone is out there interested in buying this and doesn't want to have this tape on the instrument, then the way to take the tape off is you always peel it, because some of it's holding the valves down to stop reeds sounding on the other direction. So you always pull from this side, the side where the valve is glued, and try to be very careful not to foul the valves up. And see, sometimes it goes over the reeds as well, and again you pull from the middle to take it off. I'm surprised it worked as well as it did, because that's been in there for at least, I don't know, 7 years. I'll leave it on. So there's no other surprises on this. It's had new bellows straps put on with poppers instead of hook type thing. So you might notice that there's a hole here that hole was drilled through for putting on my magnets. So it appears a little imperfection on the outside, but I'm going to just functionally close up that hole, because any hole in the casework leaks a little bit of air. So while I'm in here, I'm literally going to put a good old dob of PVA wood glue to heal over that, and I'll just push it in to the hole several times to get a thick layer, and then that will not leak air once it's dried. Okay, back together again then. So there we are, back together again. So let's see what this little poker work that's had a fair few things done to it sounds like. Firstly, I was just playing around with it before recording this, and as I'm selling it, I'm going to point out this amazing feature on the right hand that you don't normally get, which is an air button on the right hand. That is of course where an accidental would be, and you've seen that the reeds are missing from there. I don't think it ever had those reeds when I've had the instrument. I think when I was playing it, I was thinking, well, I don't use that accidental button, so I'll look around and see if I ever find the right reeds to go there. But so that's one thing that's not particularly in its favour. Anyway, this instrument is one that's for sale, and I suppose I'd better ask a price for it. So I'm going to ask for 200 quid for it. It's a Pokerwork in all right condition, in a funny tuning, with no hard. Well, it actually is in a hard case, but it's a hard case without a handle. So you can have the case as well if you want this. But yeah, 200 quid and it's yours. So you know, it's not going to break the bank. All right. Let's see what it does then. As a playing instrument, I'm not going to demonstrate what it does in terms of there's no buttons to press, knobs and stops and things. It literally is just a melodeon. It starts, the keyboard starts on the 4th button rather than the usual 3rd for a Pokerwork. And I'll play you this on it. It's a little Morris tune called The Blue-Eyed Stranger. There you go. I hone a Pokerwork, 1 tone higher than usual, and with Italian reeds. See you in the next one.